Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It has been a really long time since I filmed last. To be honest, I've been getting really bad acne for what I'm used to, and I didn't feel comfortable putting myself on the internet if I didn't really feel too great. But today I have a major empties and declutter for you guys. I am so excited for this video. I've had all these empties and all of these declutters in the little Mac bag that I keep all of my empties and declutters in for such a long time, and I just can't wait to get all of this off of my chest almost. I'm going to start with the declutters because I know that would be the most interesting for me to watch. I'm going to save all the most interesting declutters at the tail end. I'm going to start out with my Anastasia Dip Brow in the shade Soft Brown. I really did enjoy this pomade when I was using it, but it's just not the right shade, and it was never really the right shade, but it worked for how I wanted it to work when I was in high school. It's more of an empties than it is a declutter. It is still pretty full, which is why I'm classifying it as a declutter. Next, I'm decluttering two Maybelline color tattoos. This one is in the shade Barely Branded, and this one is in the shade Creamy Beige. Now, the one that is in Barely Branded, again, is more of an empties than it is a declutter, but it's just getting way too old, and I don't want to put something that crazy old on my eyelid. And if I wanted something similar to that product, I know e.l.f. has those smudge pots that I think are like $3 or $4 or something like that. I know I can easily find a dupe if I really, really want it. And this one in, which one is it? Oh, Creamy Beige, is more of a declutter than it is an empty. I just don't use colored bases like this anymore, and I used to use it at a time, but I don't really use it anymore because these are more the looks that I'm gravitating towards. Next couple things I have to share with you are all lip products. So most of these lip products are declutters because I have similar things that I enjoy better of. So for example, this NYX matte lipstick in the shade Up the Base. I have a Jeffree Star liquid lipstick that is the exact same color as this. I would prefer to wear that Jeffree Star lipstick, which I know would dry down matte and I don't have to worry about it moving around, as opposed to this lipstick, so that is why I'm decluttering this one. These two Clinique lipsticks, this one is in the shade Bubblegum Pop and this one is in the shade Graffiti Pop. Bubblegum, this is just never a shade that I'm ever going to wear. And this one in the shade Graffiti Pop, I have a couple lipsticks similar to this color, and it's not really a color that I gravitate towards anyway. There are a couple lipsticks I would reach for in my collection before I touch this one. I also have a Medusa Milano Aqua Kiss. This is a lip liner. I have the lipstick that goes with this. This lip liner is a gorgeous, gorgeous color, but I know myself and I'm never going to take the time out to use a lip liner. I barely take the time out to do eyeliner most days if I'm in a rush, so I don't think I would ever use that. And I have a Wet n Wild's Mega Slicks lip gloss. This is in the shade Sunglaze. I never really liked this. I liked this in the beginning to begin with, but there's just so many sparkle particles in here. It's absolutely ridiculous. The smell has also gone off. It used to smell like vanilla cupcakes and now it smells like sunscreen. So that's why I'm getting rid of this lip gloss as well as all of the other lippy items. And the moment of truth for everybody, I am decluttering 3 eyeshadow palettes, and I'll explain why after I show you all of the palettes. So this first one I'm getting rid of is the Nude Rose Gold palette from e.l.f. Now this is a dupe of the Naked 3 palette from Urban Decay. I actually bought the Naked 3 palette and I returned it within the same week because I absolutely hated the Naked 3. All of the matte eyeshadows, I basically had to scratch it. Like, you saw like all of like the brush strokes in all of the matte eyeshadows because I was scratching it so hard to get any sort of pigment. And at the end of the day, the pink and the nudie kind of colors looked brown on my eye, and I absolutely hated like what that did, and for like $50 something, I returned it and I got my money back. This palette is kind of the same deal, less pigmentation a little bit. I did really like this color, but there's no point in saving a whole palette for a color, so I'll probably declutter this to my mom. She will definitely enjoy using that. I'm also getting rid of this e.l.f. 100 Pan eyeshadow palette. It is really dusty because it's been sitting in my little pile for so long. As you can see, like, I hit pan on a couple shadows. I do want to say though that there's nothing wrong with this palette, but it's just so big and so bulky. I would never travel with this. I would only like have it home And I got a palette recently, which is going to replace two palettes that I have that I'm decluttering. I'm going to be showing you the third one in a little bit. So there's no need for me to keep this anymore. Again, I'll probably pass this along to my mom or somebody that will definitely want it and definitely use it. But I'm getting rid of this big guy as well. And the day has come. I am decluttering my Too Faced Semi-Sweet Chocolate Bar palette. I'm going to have to post a finale for my Pan That palette for this year because this is my Pan That palette. I dug up 3 shades in this palette. I completely used up this one and I hit pan on all of the other ones. I don't feel myself gravitating towards this palette, and I only felt a need to get good progress out of it. There's so many palettes that I have in my collection that I was longing to use that I felt like I couldn't because I wanted to make good progress and to be able to finish this by the end of the year. It's not a great way to look at a palette, so I'm going to get rid of it. And now I'm going to get into all of the empties, which I'm very, very excited about. So I have one body care thing, and it is the Our Moment One Direction body lotion. I'm trying to pan this perfume. Slowly and surely, I'm trying to pan a couple perfumes at the same time so that I don't get sick of any one scent. And this is the only little size of this scent I had besides the little rollerball I have and the full-size perfume. So I knocked this little guy out of the way. I also have the Ardell Dummy Wispies and Duo Lash Glue. This is like disgustingly old, and like everybody knows how rank the Duo Lash Glue smells, but it smells worse now because I had it for 2 years, so I completely missed the trash can, but goodbye little pal. And Dummy Wispies, I only really use these for certain makeup looks that I would do, and it's not worth keeping them, plus I've had them for 2 years and it would be disgusting if I put them on my eyes again, so those 2 are empties. Next up in my empties, I have 2 Ultra Satin lips from ColourPop. This one is in the shade Femme and this one is in the shade 0.0. These lipsticks were my favorite for such a long time. However, they just sat in my little lipstick drawer that I have. I have this lipstick color exactly in 2 Jeffree Star lipsticks that I have, and again, I would prefer that type of formula over this one. This formula is extremely comfortable to wear. It stays on your lips, doesn't really move, but it does still remain that moisture. It does transfer, so it's not like a matte lipstick. One of the problems that I had with this lipstick though is that the doe foot applicator I felt didn't have enough structure to it, where it was just so incredibly soft, where when I was putting it on, I didn't feel like I had a precise line for my lips every single time. Next empty I have to share with you guys today is an e.l.f. Mineral Infused Mascara. A typical empty for me. I always tend to only use my mascaras for 3 months. Next empty to share with you is the Breath of Fresh Air Toner from Lush. I have like a very low amount of this left. I used to love it last summer when I purchased this item. However, recently, every time I wear it or put it on my face after I wash my face, I feel like it breaks me out. Like the next day I have a couple like acne spots, so it did its purpose for a little while, but something inside of here went bad or doesn't react with my skin well anymore. So loved it for a time, don't really love it anymore, but I do love Lush stuff, so there's that. Last empty to share with you is my Mario Badescu facial spray with aloe, cucumber, and green tea. Now, there is still liquid in here because I purchased the Wet n Wild's Photo Focus Primer Water Spray, and I didn't like the sprayer of this guy, so I poured it into this Mario Badescu spray. I mentioned that I wouldn't ever want the Mario Badescu spray again. I mean, maybe I would try the other ones, but I wasn't sure. And now I'm just every time I do my makeup, I wish I had that final spray, you know, that kind of closed everything off. And this isn't really marketed as a setting spray. You could use it as a setting spray, but I just really loved what it did, and I thought I didn't really love it, but I do. So I'm definitely going to purchase either this one or one of its variants when I finish this Wet n Wild spray, but I actually do really miss it. Thank you so much for watching this video, everyone. I'm slowly going to be getting in the groove again on posting YouTube videos, especially before school hits, because again, school is going to continuously get busy and busy and busy and busy until I graduate with my master's. I have that feeling. I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, thank you all so much for taking the time to watch this video, and I hope to see you again soon. Goodbye, guys.